Hi, I'm Susan with Kiwi Designs, and today in this video we are going to just focus on our accessory sets. Our accessory sets we designed to act as embellishments on our page, and the great thing is we're just using our paper stash, paper scraps, that kind of thing, and all the beautiful patterns that are in that paper are basically begging to be put to use, and so that's what we're going to be focusing on today. And we all know that embellishments can be a little pricey, and so this kind of saves you money, but also it's a great technique and a very fast and efficient way to add some extra touches to your page. Okay, since we're just focusing on the accessories, I went ahead and laid out a basic frame for our page, and we're just going to add our accessories to that frame. Now you can also add your photo templates, which I'll go ahead and just add a couple here so we can get a basic, layout done here. Something like that. Oops, there we go. Okay, so we have our photos and our basic frame for those photos. Now to accessorize the frame, we're going to use our designer templates. Now again, the key here with the designer templates is to visualize before you cut into your paper and wish you hadn't. Now you're just going to lay it out. Remember, nothing's permanent. I can switch things up, do something over here. Now also another fun thing that you want to make sure to keep in mind is take a couple minutes, just play around, see what combinations you can come up with. There are quite a bit of different accessory sets. We have Christmas, Halloween, we have different boy ones, that type of deal, but you really can, let's say we did like a girl page, we could do something fun like that over here. Coming up, like a center if you wanted to. So that kind of gives you the basic idea there. But again, we have the tiny accessories. It's really fun. I mean, we find a lot of combinations all the time when you just play around, take a minute. I'm just kind of coming up with this as we go here. But we can even add an extra layer there. Also remember that you can embellish up behind your photos. So feel free to add any brackets or any of those things behind your photos to fill in any empty spaces that you have there. And that's basically what you're doing with the accessory sets, is that you're just matching the mood of your layout that you're doing, but also you want to fill in those empty spaces so there's no blank or awkward spot on your page. Okay, so once you have your basic layout done, if you're fine with everything, or if you want to switch anything up, again, you can change it before you trace and cut into your paper, which I think I'm going to go ahead and change this to the smaller one, and then maybe even add, again, combining different sets with each other and kind of bundling them and trying different combinations really helps change up your layouts. Okay, so then you're going to go ahead and grab your scraps of paper that coordinates with your layout, which I have right here, and you would take your template, trace it onto your paper, okay, and you're just going to do this one at a time. Now, another fun thing we like to do after we trace and cut is we like to ink, and I'm going to show you that here. And I already went and cut this one out, as you can see here, and I inked up the edges. Now the great thing about inking is the papers, the patterns, the colors in the patterns and paper is great, but this just kind of makes it not be so flat, and it makes it really pop and stand off of each other, so that's really nice. Now, of course you would do this for everyone, but one thing I keep in mind when I get to my accessories is balance of your two-page layout. Now, what I mean by that is if I just traced and cut this one out of this pattern, okay, I would come over to this side and decide what accessory am I going to pull or trace out of this color. And you could do the ring if you wanted. We could even do the big flower, that type of deal. So it's really up to you, and I actually think the big flower would be cute. So you would just lay that on, trace around the whole thing, and then once you get it all traced out, you would cut it out. And the florals are our most intricate ones, but they super cute on your page and make a great effect. And the way I cut these out, again, is I just cut the whole circle out. Let me cut it out of the piece first. And then I just go around the edge like this. Okay, just like that. Oops. The other great thing about inking is it really does help hide any blemishing from cutting, and gives it a nice finished smooth look. So kind of a fan of inking. Okay, now that we have the floral cut out and I went ahead and inked the edges, we're just going to add that back to our page. And you're just going to repeat the same process for every accessory on your page. Just again, keeping in mind that if you pull a pattern in over here, say for this floral, you're going to want to pick either the ring or the tiny flower over here to do the same pattern in. Now, as far as the borders go, they automatically help balance each other because if you remember, for those that are familiar with it, that we trace each side out of the same paper because we're tracing it and just cutting it once and it gives us the two pieces. So as you can see, we have the yellow over here, the yellow over there, this pattern, and the same pattern over here. Another thing that I wanted to just quickly go over is that how we select what paper goes where. Really how my brain works when I'm scrapbooking is that on, say, a border, and first off, we use 5 to 6 sheets of paper. We use 2 for the background, and we have learned that a more subtle pattern works best for the background piece, or a solid if you like to combine some solids with your pattern paper. So we have 2 there, 1 for matting your photos, if you like to mat your photos. And then we use 2 to 3 sheets of paper for your borders and your accessories. And the great thing is if you use double-sided paper, it allows you to also use it for other things. So you can see that I use this pattern right here on one of my borders, and then I could even use it on the flower or something like that. So it just gives you a lot more options to do different layers. And it just, again, depends on if you like the layers, if you don't, depending on if you need 2 to 3 sheets. But a good 4 patterns really helps allow you to have different patterns on your pages. Now, when I decide what paper goes where, I always pick my favorite one. And this one just was beautiful, and I kind of let that help frame my page and let it be what I center everything else around. So a good pattern that just really stands out to you, you can use it as either your focal point on your embellishments or as one of your main frames or one of your borders for your page. And then as far as the other ones go, I just picked the yellow because I thought it, really worked well with this pattern and allowed it to pop and stand out. And then I knew for the flowers, pinks and things like that would work best for it. So once you have your page laid out, just take one template at a time, trace it out of your paper, put it back. And it is kind of just a thing that you need to play around with as far as what patterns go where. We've definitely improved over the years as well, and it's just something you become more familiar with the more you work with pattern papers. And you can see that it gives you a really beautiful layout. Another fun trick as far as how to embellish your pages and save money is to, again, take advantage of the beautiful pattern paper that we have. And a lot of times you'll notice that a lot of the papers have these elements or these objects on their paper already. And the great thing about our designer templates are that they're see-through. So it's really easy to now add that to your page, which is going to help embellish your page. And of course, it's just out of the same paper or paper scraps that you already have. So I would just line that up, take my pencil, of course, trace around the whole thing, and then cut it out just like what we did before. But this really could be cute, say like tucked behind a border or something like that. So next time you're out looking at paper and you're not sure what to do with that, just keep that in mind. I hope this video has inspired you. Hopefully you'll grab your papers and add those and use the designer templates to create beautiful embellishments for your page. If you want to see more samples, please visit us on our website at kiwilane.com. We have a full gallery there to help you out. And of course, if you have any questions, please feel free to email us as well. Thanks for watching.